Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Shinkansen Henkei Robo Shinkarion review for you today. This is 07, 08, and 09, and I decided to do all three of these together because while they are pretty much the same mold, the transformation is the same for all three of them, and I mean, obviously they're modeled after three different trains, but it's kind of the base mold because they transform the same. But they also merge together, which is really cool. So over here on the left we have 07 700 Nozomi. Over here we have 08 Hikari Railstar. And then we have 09 Mizuho. So they're all the 700 series, which I'm assuming is a line of trains in Japan. But like I said, they're all slightly different molds, but the transformation is the same and they do all merge together. So very neat. As you can see, they are part of the plow rail system, so they will work with plow rail tracks if you have them. So you can see here it kind of shows the transformation, and then if you have all three, they do merge together. And they do have some compatibility with some of the past ones that I've reviewed, which I will show off. Not really much going on that side. Top and bottom. So I think these are really cool. The other ones that I've reviewed so far are pretty neat because they can kind of, you know, they have a torso and legs, like two separate pieces, and these are very similar to that, and you can mix and match them, and you could mix and match these as well, which I'll show off. But I just think it's a cool line because there's a lot of compatibility with each other, which is a lot of fun. So we'll go ahead, we'll get these out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here's the three of these out of the packaging, and as you can tell, they're pretty similar, but obviously different color schemes and slightly, you know, remolded for the different kinds of trains. But I like all three of them. I think they're all excellently designed. Each one comes with one of these kind of like I don't know what you call it. It's just kind of like a piece here that has some peg holes and some pegs on it, and then it comes with a large head for the combined mode, and then they each have their own separate weapon. So the cool thing about these is you really could mix and match them if you want, but any one can be an arm or a torso for how, like, basically how it is one is going to become kind of the midsection, and then the other two will be one arm and one leg, one arm and one leg. And you can do any combination, which is pretty neat. So that's why they each come with their own large head for whichever one you decide to be the middle section. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to put these two off to the side for a minute. And we'll start here with Nozomi. And I'll just get a little bit closer here. So here is the large head. And this is just kind of like resting on here. You can see it's just kind of got some, like, just kind of pegs onto the slot right there. So we'll take a closer look here at the large head for him. Pretty cool, kind of Gundam-esque. I like the green eyes. Kind of the front of a train here on the crest of his head. So that's kind of neat. And then you have this grid section, which will come into play a little bit later. And then he has this sword that can fold in half, and then you can extend it out. So pretty simple there, but not bad. Zooming back out, here is the train mode. Nice yellow paint there. You have some nice, there's a blue line here with a JR 700 for Japan Rail. Now all of these are going to separate here into two pieces. It's a very simple clip and clip system there. So you just plug it back together. But you'll separate these out. First you have to bring this down a little bit. These will be the arms, and then you can open these up and then straighten out the arms, kind of similar to how some of the larger ones transform. And then you're going to flip this section up to reveal the head, but the head's on kind of a spring-loaded gimmick, and that'll pop out when we connect it to the leg section. So you can pop that up. This is a connector. If you have other ones in the line, you can connect to it so you can get a string of trains going. Then you're going to pull this straight down, just like that, and then you can separate it, and then this will flip up and they'll click up here like this, and then you can bring this down and flip out the feet, Do that on both sides. So there you can see, now you can see the clip there, and there's another clip there. So you're just going to line those up. And when you do that, the head pops out. So there you go. There is your robot mode. You can go ahead and equip his sword. Just like that. Now, unfortunately, there's no... I really wish there was a swivel here so that you could raise the whole arm up. Unfortunately, there's not. But you do have elbow articulation, so you can bring the sword up like that. So, I mean, he wields it perfectly fine. There's also a swivel right above the elbow, so you can get some side to side as well, some up and down. There is a swivel here, so you can go in and out a little bit as well. But unfortunately, there's no... I wish there was a joint right there. Not a big problem. The legs pretty much have no articulation whatsoever. They just click into place, and that's how they are. But trying to get a closer look here at the robot head. Again, you can see he's got some green eyes. I like that. Nice paint there. Love the yellow paint here on the top. So overall, pretty cool. I definitely like the robot mode for this guy. And like I said, all three of their robot modes are going to be very similar. Real quick, what I will show you, I'll bring in one of the ones I reviewed previously. Let's see if I can zoom out here a little bit. One thing you can do is take the legs off of this and put this off to the side. And then leave that clicked up and just push the feet back up. Keep them down. And they say that this is like a little rocket backpack. And what they'll have you do is you can see there's 2 pegs right here on this great piece. And 2 peg holes right there. So you clip that on there. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it upside down. You have to do it the right way so that the pegs on the side don't get in the way of the wheels here. So you just go ahead and peg that on like that. And then you can bring him around to the back. And you can see he's got 2 peg holes on the back. Now to do this, you're going to have to fold up this little head flap, just like that. And then you can see 2 pegs right there. Peg that into the back. Now it does kind of leave you with, you know, a good chunk of the great piece sticking up above the head. But it gives him, whoop, and now he's falling over. Alright, how's that going? There we go. So it gives him this little backpack, kind of a rocket booster. Gives him a little jetpack, which I think is kind of cool. It's just some... Geez, really, apparently it really makes him top heavy. Because he really wants to keep falling over on me. I didn't really have a problem with him being top heavy earlier, but... There we go. Get the head out there. So I think it's cool. I really like when the line has, you know, more playability. A little bit more of interconnectivity. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, the other thing you can do, you can take his weapon, and if you spin this around, you can see that there's 2 peg holes on the front of his sword, and there's 2 holes right there, so you can peg that onto the bottom of his sword. Give him a little bit bulkier sword. So again, I like it when they have interconnectivity. I think that's a really fun part of the line. I mean, is it the best jetpack? No, it's not the best. But I love when they do that with some more interconnectivity there. So here we have Hikari Railstar. I really like his paint scheme. I like the kind of gray with the navy blue and yellow coloring. I think that's really, really neat. Again, comes apart in the exact same place as the previous train, and you will transform it exactly the same way. Bring the arms down, flip that back. I also like the kind of light brown color that they bring in. I think it goes well with the other colors we have going so far. Very neat color palette for this guy. Bring the legs down, flip out the feet. There you go. And then you can see the clips, and they will clip in exactly the same, and that will pop the head out. So zoom out here. I like this guy. He might be my favorite. Again, I just really like the color scheme. He comes with this really neat blaster. It's kind of cool because it's got kind of like a railway crossing light. and then kind of two like barriers kind of crossing there. I think that's really neat. I like the design of that a lot. So I love his weapon. I love his color scheme. The head that he comes with for the main combination is also really neat. I love the star motif there. I love the green with the navy blue. Great color scheme. Really, really neat there. I like that a lot. So putting that piece off to the side. You can do the same thing with him, where if you want to make his legs into a backpack for the larger trains, because they're all the same mold, all three of them have that functionality. Otherwise, I just think he's got a really excellent color scheme. And then last but certainly not least, we have Mizuho. Again, really neat train design. And if I haven't mentioned before, the wheels on all three of them roll really well. And they will be compatible with the plow rail system. So that if you have tracks for that, they'll fit right in there. Comes apart at the exact same part. Transforms exactly the same way. Just going to go through this quick because you've seen it 2 times already. Put that off to the side. Bring that down. Split open. Click up into place. Bring that down. Flip out the feet. Again, another really neat color scheme. Oh, also you have to kick these up in the back. They kind of become like a little heel, but I really like this color scheme of the kind of really light bluish color with the blue and kind of pinkish red. It's a really kind of neat 80s color scheme, and I like it a lot. Transform him the same way. His head pops out. So taking a close look at his head sculpt. Another really neat design there. And I apologize, I don't think I showed off Railstar's head. Pretty cool there as well. I like the fact that they all have the green eyes. I think that's a really neat theme that they have going on throughout all three of them. And if I can get this unpegged. Apparently it does not want to come unpegged. There we go. This is the large head that he comes with. I really like this one a lot as well. The blue, the green, the lightish blue, and the pink work really well together in my opinion. And then he comes with this mallet, which I think is a pretty cool accessory. And all of the weapons have the ability to combine with the larger train's weapons if you decide to make their legs into the backpack configuration. They all come with one of these pieces, so you could have all three deployed as backpacks at the same time. I think that's pretty cool functionality. And all of their weapons can merge with the larger weapons. But yeah, another really nice paint job for this guy, and a fun little robot mode. Alright, so getting into the combination, again, you can use any of the three as the torso or arms or legs. They're all the same mold, so they all have the same kind of interconnectability. So that's really fun. I'm only going to show you one combination because it really is, you know, they're the same. You can just switch them up. Sorry. I think I'm going to use Railstar as the middle because I think he's kind of my favorite. So I'm going to start by taking this guy apart. And I'm going to push these down and push the legs together. And that's really all you have to do for that. That's going to be 1 foot. Do the same for this guy. Push his 2 feet together, and there's your other foot. Just put them off to the side. Come back to these. Push the head in. Push this down. Pretty much just transform this back completely into the first section of the train. Very simple to do. Then you're actually going to hold on to this and pull this forward. And then that's going to swing down. And then you're going to rotate this part around 180 degrees. And then you can see down here a little fist will pop out of the front. And this is going to be one of your arms. Put that off to the side. Do the exact same thing with this guy. Pull it out. Swing it down. Rotate 180 degrees. Pop out the fist. And there you have your other arm. So now you're going to have to take this guy apart temporarily. You're going to leave him. You're going to push these up and fold up the feet just like that. That's going to be your midsection. Now you're going to leave the head up and leave this piece up, but fold this back and then fold the hands back up. And that's going to be your midsection. So then reconnect that, just like that. You can connect your 2 feet. You can see there's clips here, and they're going to clip into the same waist part, just like that. So there you go. Let me pan up just a smidge. Then you're going to connect clip right here, clip right there. Peg that into the side. Do the same with the other one. And there you go. Now they do have articulation here, but before we get into that, I should take the head. And again, you don't have to use the head of the middle guy. You could use any head you want. It's not really going to matter. And you just kind of fit this on top. And it just kind of clips in top really loosely. But I really like that head sculpt. Now you do have articulation there in the shoulder. You have some articulation here in the arm. Not a whole lot, but you do have some. Again, really no articulation in the legs. But I think he looks great. And I love the fact that you can have any of the 3 be the torso section. They all have the compatibility to become either an arm and a leg or the torso. So you can do all 3 different combinations. They can wield the weapons. I'll put the gun in his hand. You can either do, one or the other, or if you just want to kind of peg one into the other one, you can. It's really up to your imagination. There's a lot of playability with this. You can combine them in any way that you see fit. I think that's really cool. I really, really find these to be a lot of fun. I think these 3 might be my favorite of the trains from the Shinkarion line so far, just because of the fact that they combined all 3, have great color schemes. They do look a little weird together, I'll give you that, but it doesn't really bother me. Like the white and the blue looks great on this guy. The light blue and the red, the kind of 80s color scheme on this guy. And I love the light gray on this guy. And I don't know, together they still kind of work. I don't know why. I mean, they shouldn't because they're so vastly different from each other, but I love the look of this. I think it looks fantastic. So I absolutely love these. They're about 2,800 to 2,300 yen a piece, depending on where you find them. I got mine on HLJ. They were about 2,300 yen a piece. So at the current exchange rate, that's about $20 a pop. I think they're totally worth it. I think they're a lot of fun. I love the color schemes on all 3 of them. The weapons they come with are really nice. I think the combination is a lot of fun, and it looks really good. I love the fact that they can switch around, and any one of them can be the torso or an arm and a leg. I think that just really lends itself to a lot of playability. Plus, you have the connectability with the other larger trains. I know it's just kind of like a jetpack, and that's not super impressive, but I still think more compatibility is always better than none, and I think that's fun. The fact that you can merge the weapons together. There's just a lot of connectability there. So I think that lends for a lot of play and a lot of fun. So I highly recommend them. I can't say enough about them. These have definitely been my favorite of the line so far. The larger ones are fun, but I just think these have more playability and therefore just lend to a better experience. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd really like to hear your opinions. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Shinkansen Henkei Robo Shinkarion. Let me see, we got 07 Nozomi, 08 Hikari Railstar, and 09 Mizuho. So I'm still getting used to the names. I have to, but eventually I'll commit them to memory. But very cool toys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.